Absolutely fucking incredible. I managed to get out here at literally the exact same time as yesterday. Somehow. Was it yesterday? Oh. The day before yesterday? Well, one of those days. How do I do it? It's like I keep to a weird, fucked up schedule without even meaning to. Like, what is this? It's like I wish I had the right times in my routine, at least. That would be nice. Feels like I keep to all the bad times. I have like a spider web all down my fucking face right now. What the fuck? I am literally gonna fucking scream. I'm gonna freak out real bad. This is really great. You know, I go to so much trouble to do my skincare on my fucking face because my skin has been fucked up all my fucking life. It's literally the fucking texture and appearance of tissue paper, bro. Tissue paper skin. That's the kind of skin I have. Do you have any fucking idea how fucking annoying that is? And just depressing to look at? I'm like, how do all these people have skin that doesn't like wrinkle into like a million little wrinkles every time you poke at it? Like, and I have to do so much meticulous work. I'm so careful with it. I have to be so careful, so gentle. Pick the right products. Don't do too much. Figure it out. Spend all this money. The only thing that kind of makes me feel better is that I'm pretty sure Will Poulter, who is a literal model now, also, he has the same skin as me, I think. Very thin. Just very thin. You know, there's no way to do something to it that's going to make it look good up close. It's never gonna look good up close. It's gonna look fucked. 'Cause it is fucked. It's like tissue paper. It's fucked. So yeah, I have all this skincare and it takes so long, and I exfoliate with my fucking toner. And then I put on petroleum jelly because it's so thin and I'm trying to protect it. So I always put on petroleum jelly. And then spider webs fly into my face the moment I step outside and get stuck to my fucking petroleum jelly on my face. And I'm like, I'm not even supposed to touch my face. You're not supposed to constantly touch your face. Your fingers are dirty. Your skin doesn't like your dirty fingers. You're not even supposed to touch your face. And here I am getting spider webs stuck to me. Yes, it does drive me completely insane. Thanks for asking. Absolutely. Like, yes, I am a freak either way. I have so much anxiety and I'm just really fucked in the head. But spider webs sticking to my face, like, come on. Does it have to happen? It happens all the time. It happens constantly. It's like I finally go outside and then I get spider webs stuck to my fucking face that I just spent way too long dealing with. I call it dealing with. I have to deal with my face. It's not fun. It's not a fun little activity. I'm not going tee-hee-hee, cute little me, doing my cute little skincare routine. It fucking sucks that I have to do it. I hate having to do it. I don't enjoy it whatsoever. I don't enjoy it for one single fucking second, bro. I fucking hate it. I hate skincare. I hate my skin. I wish I didn't have a fucking body. I don't want to shower. I don't want to deal with my face. I don't want to brush my teeth. I want to be a fucking ghost. Let's go already. Let's go with the ghost. Come on now. Turn me into a ghost. Is that even possible? Of course it won't be fucking possible. There is no reward for suffering. There's only more suffering. That's generally what the reward is. It's more suffering. You know they lie to you, right? Like capitalist, dystopian dictators, they just lie. They lie with no shame because they're sociopaths. They lie through their teeth. The media lies. You know, every news outlet, they're like, work hard, suffer, you'll be rewarded. You'll be rewarded one day for your suffering. It'll all be worth it in the end. Everything's going to be okay. It gets better. All that pure 100% hogwash. Unadulterated hogwash. Complete lies all the way down. None of it's true. It's better to just face reality. Don't believe the delusions. Don't believe. You know what reality is. Don't let them tell you that your reality isn't real. I know for a fact, my reality is absolutely real. And skincare and showering and brushing my teeth, absolutely none of that is remotely enjoyable. And I shouldn't have to do it. I should get to be a ghost. But in all realistic likelihood, I'll never get to be a fucking ghost. All my suffering will be for absolutely nothing. There is no reason. There's no reason to suffer. There's no reason to live in misery. You will not be rewarded. You're not going to heaven. And I'm probably not going to get to be a ghost either. Totally scared that rabbit away. Is it the same rabbit from the one stream a few streams ago? There was a different rabbit over by the end of this road. But this rabbit is perhaps the rabbit that was here, exactly right here. In that area where the sun was streaming sideways, the sunlight was coming in sideways, the morning sunlight. It was all psychedelic with my filter too, and it just looked really cool. I should do a clip of that actually. I haven't done clips of my channel much, ever. I just did one. Actually, after many months of no clips, I did one. So there's one new clip just from earlier when I was watching my own stream, so that's something. I thought I had internet problems, but then I watched it again, all on my tablet, without my earbud, because I was just listening to myself with my earbud for part of this stream before. Holy shit, this exposure shit is ridiculous, bro. What is this? I just can't. This is the darkest setting possible here. Why? And how does this work? It's bad. It's bad. It's just bad. That's all. It's just bad. Okay, anyway, so like I was listening to it and I think it just cut off because of the Bluetooth. And it wasn't actually fucked up, thankfully. So it didn't actually, glitch or malfunction in any way. So everything I was saying, I think, was actually recorded. Very good, because I had that funny moment I clipped, which I really enjoy. I thought I was being very hilarious. And I thought that moment, that part of the stream, was the part with the internet problems. But turns out, no, it's fine all the way through, so that's great. Now everyone can watch it. Everyone can technically watch it. No one technically will, except for me, but hey. The option's there. And I get to enjoy it, and man, I enjoy it. Do I enjoy it? It's one of those good streams. Even though it was terrible and dog shit, it was pretty good though. So what else? What the fuck else was I saying? Oh Christ. Here we go again. With the mind melting. Well, the brain melting. The melted brain I have. That doesn't work. Anyway, yeah, so you're not going to heaven. No one's in heaven right now. I can almost guarantee that. I think this is hell, though. Does that help? Does that make you feel better? If I say I do believe in hell and that we're living in it, does it make up a little bit for the no heaven thing? Because you're not going to heaven when you die. You might be a ghost, though. There's a much better chance, I think, that you get to be a ghost, which would be really cool. I would probably really enjoy that. As long as it's not like a horrible thing that's like you're stuck somewhere and it's like bad energy or whatever. Like hopefully it's not that. See, I'm trying to live authentically. And, you know, I go on all these horrific, evil, disgusting, vile rants and I spew a bunch of depressing, miserable garbage all the time. Part of the reason for that is because I don't want to be one of those ghosts in those ghost stories that's like constantly screaming and being extremely terrifying and haunting places because it has all this trapped negative energy, and the negative energy is what remains when the person dies. So I don't want to have a bunch of trapped negative energy. That is truly one of the reasons for going off on many crazy rants all the time, you know, just to free the negative energy so it doesn't remain trapped, and then I'm just screwed when I die. I'm just fucked. And there's all this unresolved trauma and so forth. So I'm being quite genuine while I'm still alive, because I don't want to be one of those negative ghosts. I'd like to have a good time. I think I deserve a good time, you know? It's like, it's so shitty, the idea that if you suffer all your life and then you die and you become a ghost, then even after death, you're still going to be suffering because of all the negative energy. Like, I can't fathom that reality. That's so shitty. I really hope that does not become my reality, because obviously I have a lot to complain about, and as a ghost it would make sense that I'd be one of the scary ghosts, but I don't want to be one of the scary ghosts, you know? I just want to have a good time and enjoy myself now that I'm finally dead and I don't have to have the burden of a body, which is a great thing. It should be a gift. It should be a very fun time. So that's my reasoning there. But like, do you believe in ghosts, or do you believe in heaven? If you believe in heaven, why are you stupid? Let me know. I do believe in hell though, like kind of hypocritical, I suppose, to believe in hell because we're living in hell. But there's evidence, right? There's evidence that we're living in hell. There's lots of evidence that we're living in hell. There is just endless, basically, evidence that we're living in hell. And I'm basing my beliefs on actual evidence. There's no evidence of heaven. There's no evidence of God. There is tremendous evidence of hell in the reality we're currently existing. Oh my God, is it going to be actually sunny today? I'm concerned, very concerned. This is bad. If it's too bright, I'm going to be, extremely discombobulated and have a bad time and not be able to actually do what I want to do. And I will be very stressed out and on edge the whole time and rather jittery and unfocused. So it's not going to be good. So So I better just hurry the fuck up and get to it, right? The subject at hand. Anyway, but that was like, I have to free my thoughts, though, to be fair. I shouldn't leave them trapped in my body, even if they are just kind of pointless nonsense. But yeah, like, it's good to know we're living in hell. And acknowledge that you will probably suffer your entire life, and there is no way that anything will ever be okay. It's good to at least acknowledge that and accept it. So I've acknowledged it and accepted it, and I've accepted I'm living in hell. And based on all my experiences, this has always been the case. I've always been living in hell, and I always will be, and I expect nothing good to ever happen to me, and everything that I think might be good is actually evil and cursed, which is true and has always been the case. I think the only good possible is when I'm alone and I'm wandering around and there's no one else there. So like when there's no humanity around me and I'm just completely alone in the world, that's the only good that's possible in my life. And I've always lived this way. This is true. This has always been true. My entire series of life experiences points to this truth. Therefore, I take it on as fact because I have evidence. You should use evidence to shape your reality and your mindset and your beliefs. Just because it sucks doesn't mean you should ignore it and be delusional. But if you can truly be delusional and happy, I guess go for it. I don't know. I can't be delusional and happy. Like, I can't. Like, I've tried. I sure do be having to try it. I've tried the thing. And, of course, every time it doesn't really work long term. Because, well, I suppose I'm just not privileged enough to be able to insulate myself from reality to begin with is the issue there. You have to be able to insulate yourself from reality in order to not participate and be a part of it. Such is the hell of existence. And the hell we are all living in. Who knows which circle of hell this is? Definitely one of the outer circles. But it's like interesting because some people are being tortured currently as we speak. So obviously they're living in one of the inner circles of hell. And some people literally, like, they get burned alive. Like, there's fire and shit too. Burning in hell is like the classic, right? So those people are in like the inner circle of hell there. There's so many different versions of hell on Earth. It's interesting to think about. Which version of hell are you living in? Let me know. Which circle of hell do you think you belong in? Like, if we looked at all the circles of hell and really studied them carefully and got to know what they're all about, like, which circle of hell is your circle of hell? It's like an exercise, like one of those assignments in high school you can do. Like, if we're studying all the circles of hell, we have these worksheets, you know, there's like different ways to figure this out for ourselves. And we get to learn along the way. And then we compare, we do like presentations or something about like what the results, like everyone says their results, and we do like graphs or polls or something. We figure out the percentages. I've experienced mostly mental torture. Lots of mental torture. I think my hell is mental torture. Don't overlook mental torture. Like, it's real. It's legit, you know? They do it to actual people, too. Like, it is a method of torture. Mental torture. So don't overlook the seriousness of, mental illness and stress, abuse, trauma, and so forth. Those are all mental torture tactics by, I don't know, the devil? Is the devil involved here? I don't know. Who's to say? Some sort of evil scientist or technology experts running the simulation. Because, just because we're in hell doesn't mean it's not like a hell simulation. It could be a hell simulation, not a simple hell, just, I don't know, like a real tactile version. It could be a simulation. There's a sun over there. Oh, you can't see it at all. And I'm not even going to try because it doesn't even look that good, even if I could show it, probably. I'm very concerned. I don't think it's smoky today, therefore it won't be overcast and I will suffer. And it will be bad for me. Oh dear. But yeah, I'm still rambling. Incredible stuff. Of course I am. Why wouldn't I be? Who fucking cares? Should I? It's just, it's like a giant orange orb. Kind of interesting. It's a huge orange orb. And I have the black and white filter on. It's like a fucking, I don't care, dude. It's a giant, you know what a giant orange orb looks like. When the sun is a giant orange orb. Like, you've probably seen the giant orange orb before. You don't need me to show you a shitty, low-quality version that's blurry of the giant orange orb in the sky. Anyway, but it's... I don't think I've ever described my hell simulation, heaven, ghost mindset the way I have this time around. So I think it's good to get it out there. It's a new thought that I've expressed. An interesting contemplation. And it's so real when you think about it. Oh, right. And the other thing, too. Like, whenever anything could be considered good in my life, like even just eating something that tastes good, I always think about how it feels like I'm just being barely kept alive by the supposedly good things, such as like food that tastes good or enjoyable music. I'm like barely being kept alive. It's like the devil is keeping me alive for further torture. So like if you're just purely being tortured, you're much more likely to just straight up kill yourself because there's nothing to live for. But if there's like the barest sliver of something to live for, you're more likely to not kill yourself. And it feels like the devil puts like these few good things into my life so I won't kill myself, so the devil can then further torture me. That's been a mindset I've had for a long time, many years, and I once shared it with someone, and he actually said that he feels the same way, and I was so surprised because I don't think I've ever shared that with anyone, and then when I shared it with him, he agreed, and I was like, holy shit, you have that same thought. That's like such a strange thing to agree on. Like, I had no idea it wasn't a unique mindset. Who knows how many people share the same idea? So I'm putting it out there now. I've never put it out there before, to my knowledge. But who's to say? Like, my brain is fucked. Of course, I'm not going to really remember everything I've ever said. But, wow. So it's not that unique of an idea. At least he agrees with me. So he has the same thought that, if you have these copes, it's really just prolonging the torture in a way. It's really just a method of prolonging your horrible, miserable life for the pleasure of the devil himself, perhaps. Because the devil enjoys the torture and would like to prolong it as much as possible, of course. And it's fun to watch people have like some sliver of hope for their future and then crush it brutally and viciously and relentlessly time and time again. And this is the trajectory of many people's lives, I'm sure, not just my life. I know there's lots of people out there who experience that same like faint sliver of hope followed by brutal, vicious crushing of said faint sliver of hope and back to just the numb, dull ache of existence, the despair, the dread. It's all dull and numb because you've experienced it for so long that you can no longer really feel anything. That's kind of how I see it. Is like the faint hope is like part of the torture plan that the devil created for us in hell, which we're all living in. So this is like not everyone's life experience, obviously. We all have like interesting different ways that we get tormented / tortured by the devil in hell. But this is my version and many other people's. And that's how I view it. I think that's an interesting perspective. Pretty accurate. Like, all I'm saying seems very accurate to my existence. I don't think I'm exaggerating or leaving a stone unturned. That's basically my life trajectory. You know? And it doesn't have to be the literal devil. Like, it's just the concept of some sort of powerful, all-seeing, all-knowing being that has control over us and is watching us somehow, and is evil, obviously, because they're doing all this evil shit to us, and they're laughing. The devil is always laughing. So it's like the figure known as the devil could be anything or anybody, any people or beings. It's just the concept. Like, the concept is, you know, the easy way to understand it is the devil and hell. The devil is out there somewhere and hell is right here on earth. And the devil could be many beings, one being, some sort of just strange evil force. I don't know, anything. Some terrible energy out there. I feel this is fairly accurate. It's an accurate depiction of reality. Like, people who believe in God watching over them rather than the devil. Whew, boy, I don't know. That sounds insanely delusional. I think mine is just very realistic, especially in comparison. Like, do you understand the world around you in any way? You literally just have blind, false hope and nothing more. Truly. And the only way to enjoy being alive is to completely forget the world you're living in. Truly. Oh, they removed all the wildflowers here, I just realized. And here, too. Oh, cool. For what reason, I could never say. Because they're evil and they suck. They just mowed over literally all the wildflowers I was enjoying every day here. Completely gone. That's Ottawa for you. Remove all the wildflowers for mysterious reasons. And then put more suburbia and parking lots everywhere. Put the suburbia on top of the forest. We don't need a forest, we need suburbia. That's what we need more of. Anyway, that's why it's hell. Suburbia is definitely a vision of hell to me. It most certainly is nothing good. It's mundane. It's like vicious, insidious evil. It's that insidiously evil part of hell. Wow, I'm still ranting about this after over half an hour. Yeah, that's just how it is, though. That's just how it is. It has to be that way. I have like a bunch of lint on my fingers now. That's so annoying. Like, what do I even do? Like, it's just gone forever. All the wildflowers just gone forever for no reason. And now I don't get to look at anything. Like, what the fuck do I look at now? Just a bunch of grass. There's just literally a bunch of grass now.
Every time I visit this country.
Whoops. Jump scare. I thought it was the fucking applause and cheering sound alert I have. I really thought it was the applause and cheering sound alert. My phone just started playing an audio file, dude. Holy shit, that was weird. Okay, ghost in my phone. Oh, it's the devil letting me know. The devil's letting me know. It's here. It's here and it's watching and listening to me. I'm not surprised. I'm very entertaining. You like to hear me talk about how I'm being tortured, don't you? You like my analysis of the hell I'm living in. It's probably not the devil, like literal devil figure. It's a nerd, an evil nerd. You know how evil nerds, they love stroking themselves off about how brilliant they are. So, of course, an evil nerd is very eager to hear my analysis of the hell simulation it's created for us. But, whatever. I don't care if the evil nerd is enjoying this. That doesn't really change anything for me. Like, the enjoyment of an evil nerd doesn't change my is it enjoy? Do I enjoy streaming? My satisfaction from streaming, I suppose. The purpose of my stream doesn't really change any of that. But I'm just like contemplating how right I am about we're living in hell. We absolutely are. But you have to go deep with the theory. You can't just stop there. Most people, when they say that, they just stop there and they don't really expand or explain themselves. And I'm like, you have to have like a thorough analysis of the situation. You have to explain why your reality matches that idea. I want your analysis on the situation. Because everyone's version, I'm sure, would be different. We all have different realities. Therefore, our versions of hell are all different, despite living in the same world. So my version of hell is unique only to me, as is everyone else's. So it's like a hell partly of our own making in a way, because of like our mind trapping us in suffering oftentimes, the way we fixate and obsess over negative things, and we're like beating ourselves up all the time over things that don't really matter, that we did or said, that it's just like maybe we're embarrassed by it or something, or we think we said something stupid, whatever it may be. Something bad happened, we can't stop ruminating. That's a hell of our own making. That's part of it too. Mental illness, kind of a hell of our own making. So many people suffer from that version of hell. That's the hell of their own making. It turns our minds against us. Oh dear, they're afraid of me. They flew into the water. And there's the geese. Well, I don't know if you can even see them. They're ready to jump into the evil geese. So anyway, but I thought that was a sound alert for real. I thought it was like cheering and applause for my idea of hell and the way I'm describing everything. Anyway, if you mow down wildflowers, you are a piece of shit. Every last one of you. If you think that wildflowers should be removed and replaced with disgusting short grass, you have far too many screws loose and you need to figure it out. It's the only correct opinion on that matter. Anywho, keep saying that as if I'm moving on, and then I never move on, do I? I just keep blathering on about the same subject some more. Why am I saying anyway constantly, like I'm never actually moving on from it, am I? Oh, there's so much snot. Not that much snot. There's enough. I just keep wiping and there's more snot. And it's like, what am I supposed to do with this snot coming out of my nose right now? This is terrible. Like, I don't want it to start pouring down my face, you know. I don't want it to dry on the outside of my nose and create a disgusting crust. Like, my options are very limited. I hate runny noses so much. It is such a problem for me. It always will be. It drives me fucking batshit crazy. Like, literally, I just cannot handle it. It is so gross. And it's like, I spend way too much time already dealing with my fucking body and all its problems, and now you're gonna add snot constantly to the mix. During winter, by the way, during the times when I have to wear mittens, like, oh my god, bro, what are you doing to me? Leave me alone. Just let me live a little. Just let me relax a little. Let me have some semblance of peace. Part of hell. Part of the hell experience, no doubt, actually. Now that I'm thinking about it, the snot is like a subtle little torture tactic for me. It's a torment tactic. Not quite torture, but torment, you know? The subtle things that just dig away at you all your life. The snot all my life that digs away at me. That's a torment tactic. You can do both, you know? There's plenty of both in my life. Oh, it is out. The sun is completely out. Oh god, it's so bright. Ooh, that's not good. That's real bad. And here I was thinking I was going to get another overcast, lovely morning. Like the fool that I am. How could I be an optimistic fool even now? Truly a marvel. That's the problem with us, is that we have far too much capacity for suffering and hope. And we'll take any little sliver of false hope we can get, and we turn it into our entire reality, and it's just incredibly delusional. Now there's a fucking dog also barking at me. You know what I mean? Like, I came out here to relax at fucking 6 a.m. There's a fucking dog barking at me, and the sun's gonna be in my eyes. That's what happens when you have false hope that you will have a nice, pleasant walk. You shouldn't expect to have a nice, pleasant walk, because then the devil will pick up on your false hope and choose that moment to pounce once again. Because if you're so depressed and dead inside and you're just walking completely numb with zero expectations and you expect only to suffer further, the devil is less likely to fuck with you because you're not going to respond in a very satisfying way, because there's no letdown, there's no disappointment, there's no despair, because you had no positive expectations. But since I had positive expectations, the devil has chosen now to laugh at me and fuck with me. You see how it works? You see why we shouldn't be delusional? It just doesn't help. It makes things worse. Don't be delusional. Be realistic. I think, it's like a strategy. Being dead inside is a strategy for survival. It's a strategy to not constantly suffer like excruciating mental torment. Because I feel like if I weren't really dead inside, there would be a lot more mental torment than is already happening, because it still happens, of course. Why wouldn't it still happen? Of course it's going to still happen, but it would happen way more, and it would be so much worse for me. Like, I wouldn't be able to do anything. I wouldn't be able to go for walks. It would be crushing. It would be soul crushing. So, being dead inside is very helpful in this situation, and not constantly having these big emotional responses all the time. Because obviously it's a terrible world and a terrible life. Of course you're going to have lots of big emotional responses all the time if you're not dead inside. So you have to be dead inside. Don't have false hope, just be dead inside. That's my best advice to living in hell. In order to live in hell, don't have false hope, just be dead inside. Expect nothing good will ever happen to you, and it'll help. It'll help. The crushing disappointment is so unpleasant, it's just not worth it. And now the ducks and geese are back. Well, the geese never really left. They don't want me there. I don't think they like my negative, toxic energy. I think the birds can pick up on how I'm just like a really bad vibe. Even though they don't understand what I'm saying, they have this perception of bad energy about me. They can sense the bad energy here. How do so many people put up with having a dog that just constantly barks? You have to have something deeply disturbed within you to enjoy that. How do you even tolerate it, So many people tolerate it. And I'm like, I could never. Just having to hear it for even 1 minute is extremely aggravating to me. I could never. I'd be done, bro. I'd be done. It's upsetting every time I have to listen to it. Gosh, it's still cold outside. I feel like chill and the sun's out. Come on. Pick one. Are you kidding me? Today is just not the day. Not the day, sir. It's only 6:23 too, and the sun's giant and glaring and beaming directly into my eyeballs. And there's a cold chill. It's not the day. It's just not the day today. Okay, let me start back on my... after 45 minutes of insane rambling. Just completely... Fucking shut up! Oh my god. Not again, dude. I'm literally just trying to do something. Wow, there's some heavy rustling in those woods over there. Someone's in there rustling around. some creatures of the forest. Okay, I'll fucking... Why do I keep stopping? The mosquitoes. Stop letting them get you by stopping. So many cans. Just cans of beer. Yeah, you like beer. You're gonna throw your cans into the field here in nature. You're enjoying the nature and you're just gonna throw your beer cans into the nature that's providing you with a place to stand outside and illegally drink beer, you fucking piece of shit. You fucking beer drinking piece of shit. I can't stand people. Truly, you don't deserve the beer or the nature. Go in a parking lot and chug some whiskey like the piece of shit you are. That's what I'm saying. Go sit on the back of a pickup truck in a parking lot. You don't belong here. This is not for you. None of this is for you. All right. Okay. Couldn't help myself, I suppose. Further ranting. What else? The show. Okay. The show review. But I guess I'm thinking this is my show. Like, this is my show based on the show. It's my show based on the show, kind of. But really, it is a show review. It's just that I'm saying it out loud, which isn't normal. Like, normally, one doesn't write a show review and then speak it aloud on a Twitch stream. That's not something most people would ever think to do. But, you know, you could, though, and so that's what I'm doing. Oh my god, the dancing alien here. I just noticed that I have the dancing alien on my screen. There's construction, the sun's like right over there, just like giant and in my eyes. No protection today whatsoever, seemingly. Fantastic. I guess I won't say the whole thing again like I was planning because it's already just way too bright outside to be saying the whole thing, like reading off this screen with the smudges and the light reflection. So I'm not going to do that, but I'll give you the new additional material. So this is part 2. This is show 2, you could say. Show 2 of my Craig Simon's show review. Adding on to yesterday's magnificence. But I will re-say, you know, it's a work in progress show. It's a work in progress. This is only show 2. But I'm just giving my new material for show 2. Okay. So anyway, the Ratatouille joke in 2025, I didn't even think about how I should just add the information about the rat curse. I think he invoked the rat curse by telling the Ratatouille joke because, you know, I'm obviously thick rat and I was sitting there listening to the Ratatouille joke, which was obviously denigrating, if that's the right word. Denigrating, that just came to mind. I hope it's right. I didn't think about it. Denigrating, obviously, rats, you know, calling them disgusting and so forth. But I was sitting there as, you know, the default representative of the rats, because my name is literally Thick Rat. And has been since like 2017, by the way. This is a long-standing traditional username that I created all the way back in like 2017. So this is very authentic to me. So this is truly my identity. I think he invoked the rat curse. So obviously I'm cursed because of being born on Friday the 13th, but there's also like a cursed energy about me, and I think I can transfer my curse to other people. So by telling that joke, I think my disgust with his disgust with rats, it likely transferred part of my curse to him, and I'm calling it the rat curse. So I'm calling it him invoking the rat curse by telling the ratatouille joke, which was so incredibly gratuitous because everyone already heard that joke back in 2007, by the way. So there's absolutely no earthly reason for telling that joke in 2025. So he got exactly what he deserved. Basically, what happened is after he told the joke, he just started saying like and a lot, and like stumbling over his words a bit, and it basically was like a sudden moment of nervousness overcame him. And I believe that sudden moment of nervousness, very unusual for a professional, seasoned comedian, very unusual, I would think. I think it was the rat curse that did it to him. That's why he was suddenly all nervous. And, he was able to recover, and nobody, I'm sure, noticed or paid it any mind because everyone there is devoted to him and adores his every breath he takes. That's just generally how it works when you have someone like him. It's like it's like, one of those like Tumblr characters. You have those Tumblr characters like whoever the fuck that is from fucking the show Doctor Who, the guy, like everyone loves that guy, he's like one of the Tumblr characters, and like Sherlock, Benedict Cumberbatch as Sherlock, he's one of the Tumblr characters, and like there's just beloved celebrities on Tumblr who just are seen in such an adoring, rose-tinted glasses kind of way that they absolutely can do no wrong. And there's just like these adorable little infantilized characters. I don't know, it's something like that. It's like giving that vibe to me. It's like John Mulaney's audience. Very similar, actually. I mean, he's another comedian. I should have just said it's like John Mulaney's audience. I don't know where I was going with all that other rambling nonsense, but that's my brain for you. Of course, it's not going to connect the most coherent dots immediately. This is a work in progress too. It's only show 2. Give me a break, okay? I'm working on it. I didn't even write anything down for this, by the way. I'm literally just riffing. Anyway, so, and the sun is literally in my eyes on the left side, and then when I turn around, it'll be on my right side. You can't blame me for anything I say. It's not dark outside. You can't blame me for anything I say when it's not dark outside. And when it's dark outside, you can't blame me for anything I say if I'm cold and shivering. Those are the rules, and you have to follow them if you want to watch my stream. Okay, moving on. So it's like a situation where the rat curse was invoked, and, John Mulaney's audience just like unequivocally adores him, and he had to do a lot of shit. He had to do so much bad shit. He had to really show his true self so much for anyone to even give a single fuck. It's actually wild. And of course, they still adore and support him anyway. That's the kind of energy I was feeling in that room that night. Yes. Laughing at everything. Just, there's clearly no way they saw anything they could possibly criticize or critique, if you will. If we're doing a show review, it's not criticism, it's critique. This is a critique, yes. Okay, there's no way they would critique anything, you know. They just absolutely loved all of it. It's all hilarious, laughing, cheering, applauding. They would not have ever conceivably noticed the sudden nervousness that I, of course, as like the laser focused demon evil cunt that I am, of course I'm going to laser in on anything I can snap onto, like a fucking, like one of those fucking rattlesnakes, the giant mouthed venomous rattlesnakes with their unhinged, like my jaw was just fully, in that moment, my eyes were gleaming like a prehistoric predatory bird. The dead gleaming eyes of a prehistoric predatory bird. My jaw was fully unhinged like a venomous snake, ready to literally just slither on stage and swallow him whole. You know, that kind of energy. That's what I was feeling after the rat joke. When he, and you know, I did not like set the curse on him. It was him invoking the rat curse via that really drawn out Ratatouille joke in 2025. Movie came out in 2007. How many times has that same joke been told and retold and beaten to death beyond belief? Since 2007, one can never quantify that high of a number. So yeah, he invoked the rat curse. Obviously, after he was done with all that, immediate sudden nervousness beset him. The curse beset him. For a brief time, but incredibly noticeable to a prehistoric predatory bird such as myself. And boy, am I grateful for the audio quality of my 256 kilobytes bitrate audio. So I have like a clear evidence of the rat curse invocation, if you will. I enjoy it so much. I'm like, yes, finally some karma. Some slight, tiny sliver of karma at last. Oh, I'll take what I can get, you know, whatever miserable little scraps are thrown my way. I'll latch on like it's the only thing in the world. Truly. Was that enough of an introduction? Hopefully that was sufficient. It's been almost an hour. It's been 59 minutes. Fantastic. That's just what we do over here, isn't it? I can't call this a show. It's like way too much rambling. It's a podcast or something. Oh, it could be like a live podcast, maybe. Is that like a good thing to call it? Maybe that's like a good term for me. This could be a live podcast. And just like every show is not like obviously a stand-up comedy show like what he did. It's a review. A stand-up comedy review in a live podcast form, like a literal live podcast. I'm live streaming, and this is, you know, obviously not about the video. It's about the talking. It's a podcast, which I think all of it checks out. Like, it makes sense. So I could call this a live podcast. Free. I'm not even charging for it either. Like, wow, look at me go. Of course, there's like so much rambling. I don't know who would ever pay people don't want to listen to it for free. Why would they pay for it? That would be fucking crazy, dude. I could take this on stage. I don't have stage fright, I don't think. Have I ever been on stage? No, but I don't think I would have stage fright. I'm guessing I wouldn't. I think I'm too dead inside. I'm the most dead inside of my life. I think most of the time you only become more dead inside, and that's certainly been the case for me. So I'm the most dead inside of my life right now. I simply don't believe that I could have the capacity for stage fright at this time. I'm just too done with everything. I have no fucks left to give, and I'm done with everything. I think it would be totally chill if I just went on a live podcast tour. And it's just like, if anyone actually wanted to come, it would make sense to do that. But obviously, it's not in the cards, really. But then, like, all the rambling, who would want to listen to all the rambling? I don't think I could do it without rambling, like, so much. I don't think I could keep to a script. I would struggle so hard. Because, like, it wouldn't even be fun without rambling. I enjoy the rambling. The rambling is a big part of it for me. It's like, this isn't a presentation, you know? This is just me talking. And I'm just getting my thoughts out there. Just like whatever thoughts I need to release, I will release them. And it's kind of improvised. I'll say whatever I feel like in the moment. I don't have to cover the topics I want to cover. I can save them for later or just forget that I wanted to cover them and never cover them ever. Like, I'm sure that's happened plenty of times. I just, you know, like, it doesn't really matter. It's just like, it's whatever I want to say is what I should say. But yeah, I don't know if it wouldn't be a good live show, probably. What kind of shit are people doing in their live shows? There's so much, like, money grubbing fucking live show action happening with all the YouTubers and shit. Everyone's doing a live show so they can make a shitload of money off their audience. So it's I'm just thinking from that perspective, could I not be one of the money grubbers and do my own live show like all the other money grubbers? If I had an actual audience, I could be a money grubber. That would be interesting. I want to know if I would get stage fright or not, because you can't know until you're there, right? So, like, I've always imagined myself to be very confident on stage, but that's always, like, you know, just a fantasy. It's pure fantasy. There's no conceivable reality in which I'll actually ever be on any kind of stage. I don't think I'll ever know what it actually feels like and how I'll actually behave in the moment, because there's just no way it's ever going to happen. Therefore, the fantasy remains intact, but I'm just guessing. I'm just guessing I'd be confident in this situation. I'm guessing I would be semi-coherent as I usually am. You know, as coherent as someone like me generally tends to be. I would just be my regular self, my natural self. In my mind, if I were to do a live podcast, it'd just be like my stream on stage is what I'm imagining for myself. Of course, quite generous. Who knows what would happen. But, you know, the fact that I'm never going to be on stage means I can just preserve my vision. And it's not like false hope, because it's never gonna happen. So I'm not screwing myself over, because it's just like, it's a non-possibility. So you can imagine whatever you want if it's never actually going to happen. You'll never have your hopes crushed. Although if I did have, like, some different reaction. That would be interesting. It would be an interesting experiment. I don't think I would be like horribly disappointed. I would just make note of what happened. It would be kind of a scientific experiment in a way. Just seeing how I would react is of interest to me, you know, because like I've thought about it for so many years, like what would it be like to be on stage and do something on stage, but I've never been able to actually experience it, so I can only guess. And I'm very curious. I have a very scientific mind, very experimental mind. I like using this sort of like exploration, the explorative scientist mindset, and like it feels like an interesting experiment to me to see what would happen if someone put me on a stage for some reason. How would I react? What would that experience be like for me? Would I be even remotely confident? Would I be remotely functional? Would I be able to even speak at all? How would I react? Because when I have like this nervous energy and I have to interact with people and like handle objects, my hands will sometimes be super shaky. And I'm like, what is going on with my hands right now? Because I don't even like understand, because I feel pretty like calm to myself, but like my hands are just shaking so bad. And I'm like, I don't even know how this happened. But sometimes my hands will just shake real bad. And it's such a strange experience because I don't feel all that nervous, but my hands are just shaking tremendously. Anyway, so that's an interesting thing. I feel like I would get shaky hands if I were on stage for sure. I mean, that's one of those things that I would definitely be very unconfident of me, is the shaky hand energy. I feel like I would experience shaky hand energy. Maybe I'll get used to it the longer I'm up there. Who knows? Maybe I'd have that looseness after a while. I would relax into the looseness. Damn, I wish I had an audience, dude. I just want to do a live podcast just to see what would happen if I'm on stage. That's so weird. But I actually have that thought. I've never thought about it before now like this. But wouldn't it be interesting to do it just to see what would happen? It's kind of an exciting idea. Like, that would be a real exciting experience. And I don't have hardly any of those, believe you me. I don't experience any kind of excitement in my life. If you don't count all the bad things that happen to me, no excitement. Zero excitement, you know. Almost zero. I was at the Mikey Day Gala in Montreal in the second row. That was kind of an exciting experience. I really enjoyed those cool lights. They had some great lights on the stage and I could see them really well. And I was definitely being filmed at some points at least. And I think I'll probably end up in the show recording whenever they release that. I don't even know. I'll probably end up being able to see myself at some point in there. I don't know what I look like, but, you know, it's whatever. You know, that's one of those dead inside, who gives a flying fuck situations. Truly, like, I could give a fuck, bro, what I actually look like. It's just like an interesting experience. I don't mind. Just like I wouldn't mind, I don't think, being on stage. Okay, there's a person coming this way. Son of a cocksucking bitch. Is it the same bitch from fucking the last fucking time? With their fucking dog, fuck's sake. Now I can't start either. It's been over an hour. Just cursed as ever. As cursed as ever, dude. Cursed by my own rambling nonsense, by the way. This is all my fault. Like, I literally had over an hour, and here I still am. I haven't started show 2. I haven't started show 2 after over an hour. Like, what is actually fucking wrong with me? Like, this is my fault that it's still not happening, you know? Hoisted by my own petard. Does that phrase apply in this situation? Or is that more of like, is it like to do with bravado or something? Like if you're overly confident and you're like arrogant? Is that what hoisted by my own petard is? Because I feel like I'm just like, my brain is sludge. And the brain sludge causes me to behave in a tremendously non-functional manner. Which is not really hoisted by my own petard unless that just means I screwed myself, in which case that does apply. I did screw myself. You know, it's not like I had arrogance to it. So anyway, I've had some, but very few, I would say, for the most part. Any kind of excitement would be negative and not really exciting, just bad. Like, you can't call it exciting if it's just bad. It's just a bad experience. So I'd like some good excitement, you know. I think I would enjoy a bit more good excitement in my life. It's very dull. Very, very dull life. Quite miserable and dull for me. Truly could use some excitement. And like, I'm just saying, like, those YouTubers and shit, like, all those people with their live shows, and just like anyone who's doing shit on a stage, like, I'm sure many people are not as interesting as I am. I'm sure I could do a better job than many people at being entertaining. It's just that it's my version of entertainment, and I fear that the things I say are rather unorthodox for the average person. So they would more so kind of just be confused, maybe frightened, maybe just like weirded out, maybe disgusted, maybe depressed, maybe angry. So perhaps not like the best vibe. Like, I bring like very bad vibes, I think, at least some of the time. So it's like I'm interesting, but probably not in a very good way. Like, I think I am definitely interesting, but probably like a lot of the time it's not a very good kind of interesting. Like, not really the kind of interesting most people want to be. But I think you can't deny that I am interesting. Like, there's no way you could deny that part of it. It's just like, is it a good way to be? Is it the good version of interesting? Probably not. I think it would be a memorable experience to watch me up there doing something, saying something. It would be memorable. That I could guarantee, because I don't hear people talk the way I do very often. So I think I have a unique perspective, a unique personality to offer. So it would be fun, for me at least, to experiment in that way. Interesting how people just like really want to watch someone they've seen on a screen. They're like, I want to see the IRL version of that screen character. You know, that's basically what it is. That's why it's so popular. That's why people make so much money and they're able to convince their audience to go to these things and pay all that money. It's just because they want to see the IRL version of the screen person. It's not really about content or quality. Believe you me, all those YouTubers and shit, they're not about content and quality with their live shows, I'm sure, for the most part. They're, like, a lot of the time, the way it works is they'll think, everyone's doing a live show, I should do a live show. I'm leaving money on the table if I don't. And maybe this comes from a manager or whatever the fuck they have. Like, the management companies and shit. There's so many, like, money grubbers out there. Just, like, hands in pockets. as far as the eye can see, left, right, and center. So yeah, the live show concept, where if you're not doing a live show, you're actually leaving money on the table. So you should do a live show. Maybe their manager says you should do a live show, and they're like, of what? I just like record commentary videos. And the manager's like, don't worry about it. People will pay to see you, just to look at you. They'll just watch you. Doesn't matter what you're doing. And I think that's kind of how it works a lot of the time. So that's fine. Like I could easily work with that, you know. But I think that's just how people are. They're just paying to see the screen characters. They want to see an IRL version of the screen character. And, you know, that's what they get out of it primarily. They're just like, oh, that's a real person. I've been able to now observe with my eyes that person exists. And that's enough for them. An interesting concept. I'm sure many interesting things have happened at those money-grubbing live shows. What is Trisha Paytas doing? I don't know if she'd be worth the money for her show. I was thinking about it. I saw she was going to be in Toronto a while ago. I was thinking, should I? Just like a strange hate watch. Just like morbid curiosity of what the hell's going on with her. Like, what the hell does she do for a live show? I have no idea. I know she sings, because obviously she's gonna sing, because she has to sing, you know. Heaven forbid she doesn't slip that in there. But other than that, I don't know what she'd be up to. What kind of shit does she do? And is it worth the money? Is it actually entertaining? Strange. Curtis Connor getting to be a stand-up comedian, doing world tours, multiple, because of being a YouTuber, even though he was a stand-up comedian before he was a YouTuber, is so funny to me. Because, like, he's such a popular YouTuber and so successful. Oh, God, it's a cat. Wow, that scared the shit out of me. Hi. It's the same cat I saw all that time ago, the ginger cat. Hello, ginger cat. You're just hanging out? What do you want? You want me to pet you? It's just like going in circles around me. It wants a pet, perhaps. It's just circling me. Okay, you want me to pet you? What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? You want to be acknowledged? Would you like some acknowledgement from me? That one's behind me. Hello. There you go. Can you see that? Oh, the cord's gonna get tangled. Oh, Lord. Not this situation. I had that happen with a cat downtown ages ago. I had earphones with a cord back then, and the cat got tangled in the cord and it was a whole disaster. So I was like, oh God, I don't want to see another cat tangled in another one of my cords again after all this time. I was like tripping over the cord. I don't hang out with cats much, that's for sure, because the only cats I see are the cats outside. And they're not generally looking for a hangout session with me. They want to chase mice around. They want to torment birds. Maybe it's true, the ginger cats are the crazy ones. If you're a ginger cat, you're the crazy cat. Aw. Yeah, meow. Life is hard. My stomach was making some new alien noises earlier. Like, kind of whiny, kind of like pleading a little bit. I was like, where is this new sound coming from? It was making some new sounds. I was thinking, you're just like suffering, you're just suffering too. It's just too much with all the stress and anxiety. My stomach wants me to heal it. My stomach needs some healing from the stress and anxiety of my life. There it is. Just a very chill cat here. Yeah, I saw it like so long ago. And I was trying to stream it, but the stream kept cutting out. So hopefully that didn't just happen again. Because when I was using my other phone here, or my other plan, maybe I was using the same phone, but it was my other plan. And I think it connects to different towers. And it would just cut out all the time here. So I was never able to properly stream. It kept cutting out. So hopefully this time it hasn't been cutting out. That would be nice. Last time I didn't cut out. I thought I did, but I think it was the Bluetooth earbud cutting out or something. It wasn't the stream, because then I watched it back on my tablet fully on speaker and it didn't seem to be cutting out at all. So I think it's fine. Wow, it's been a long time since I touched a cat. That's a long time coming, if you will. Because I do like to talk to the stray. Not the stray. Sometimes they're stray. The random street cats. I like to talk to them. It's back. It's back. It's following me. Wow, you want more attention? You like all the attention? You like it? I don't know what cats want, to be honest. They're kind of just meowing at me, and I'm like, I don't know. I think Trisha Paytas would be fun to watch just because she's such a character. She's really good at being a big character. So I would take her over like many YouTubers, I think. Oh yeah, Curtis Connor. I was talking about Curtis Connor. So I think he did start stand-up comedy first before his YouTube channel. And it's just so funny that he became such a big, popular YouTuber. He turned into a millionaire thanks to his YouTube videos. And then he was able to capitalize on his YouTube fame in order to bolster his stand-up comedy career. And he was able to secure a world tour of his stand-up comedy based on his YouTube channel and not his actual stand-up comedy, because, you know, he didn't organically grow as a stand-up comedian and become tremendously popular enough to do what he's able to do right now. It's because of his YouTube channel. So what's really happening is people want to see him because he's a YouTuber doing a live show, not because they think he's hilarious as a stand-up comedian. They'll watch whatever he puts on because they just want to look at him. You know, they just want to see him IRL. So it's really funny to me how he's able to finagle that stand-up comedy world tour millionaire career as a YouTuber rather than as a stand-up comedian, because he's just doing something for a YouTuber live show. He's not performing stand-up comedy as a stand-up comedian with a professional stand-up comedy career, who has like organically become famous and popular. And, you know, more power to him. Like, if people want to pay to see him and they're enjoying themselves, there's nothing wrong with it. Like, that's so cool, like, that he gets to do that. He's so lucky for that, you know, because if you've seen his stand-up, then you'll understand, hopefully. I'm really hoping you'll understand, you'll recognize, you'll know. That would literally never happen otherwise. It wouldn't happen because he's so hilarious as a stand-up comedian. You know, he would never get those world tours. There's no hope. There's no chance. He's so lucky he gets to do that. And I hope he recognizes that people aren't there to see his stand-up comedy. I hope he understands. I hope he understands that he's not that funny. I hope he gets that, like, he shouldn't try to do a whole stand-up comedy arc and, you know, give up on his YouTube channel. Don't give up on your YouTube channel, Curtis. Seriously, that would be a terrible mistake. Don't quit your day job, as they say. Don't quit your day job as a YouTuber to try to do stand-up comedy full time. Although, now that he's just so overwhelmingly popular, you know, it's like a personality thing. People just want to pay to see his personality, and they just want to listen to him talk because they just like him. They think he's their friend, you know. It's a personality thing. So, in terms of, like, success for the future, it's quite possible that they would continue to pay money to see him if he stopped being a YouTuber. I don't know how long he could keep that up for. That's an interesting thing to think about. How long could Curtis Connor sustain himself just purely as a stand-up comedian, considering the fact that he's not actually very funny? He's not very good at stand-up comedy, and he's by no means a professional stand-up comedian. And it's just very obvious, you know? Like, he's able to do what he does because people just want to watch him. So, how long could he keep it up for? Maybe just if people just like him that much, they would keep seeing him. Because, like, yeah, when you think about stand-up comedians, how many shitty-ass stand-up comedians are way more popular than they deserve to be? Well, that cat is running. Let me keep walking then. So, just things to consider, I suppose. I don't know how I got here. I couldn't give you an earthly reason for what's happening right now. It's fine, though. I'm like the ginger cat, the crazy gingers. I'm like the crazy gingers, you know? It's like, we're the same. We're just doing our thing. We're chilling. Yeah. You like having a little play date with me, huh? You like having a play partner? out here on this random road. I like that the person with the dog didn't come here to terrorize the cat. That's nice. I'm glad that didn't happen. Cats really love to leave their scent on you. I don't think it's affection. I'm not delusional enough to believe that cat really loves me and adores me, and that's why it's constantly rubbing against me. I think it likes the fact that I don't have the smell of any strange cats on me, or dogs, you know. I'm just a fresh set of legs to rub against here. A fresh set of legs. Oh, I was just racing. Oh, that's so cute. Oh, I love that cat. Just racing around. It has that glorious kitten energy to it, you know? It's nice to see that. That kitten energy is alive and well in that cat. Maybe it is something about gingers. It has to be a rumor for a reason, right? They have some sort of genetic trait that gives them ginger hair and makes them crazy. That's fun. Crackhead cat. It's a crackhead cat. I'm a crackhead person. Just pacing back and forth, talking to myself for hours on this random country road. Just lunatic behavior, truly. I say that so much about myself, but I have every right to say that because it's definitely true. Like, I am so crippled by my malfunctioning brain that I have every right to call myself a lunatic because it's completely accurate. I'm not exaggerating whatsoever. So, honestly, I can say it. I'm allowed to say it. It's not exaggeration, it's not quirkiness. It's simply true. Got a bunch of cat hair on me now. That's fine. I have a lint roller. I can deal with it. I need to overcome my OCD somewhat. The OCD must not be given as much power as it's been allowed for so many years of my life. Truly a waste of time. That's the problem. It's just a waste of time. It's just, like, there's no benefit. There's only drawbacks to it. Okay. Now we'll go back to... I was already starting to talk about it. Jesus fucking Christ. This is so incoherent and out of place now. The rat curse. Talked all about the rat curse. You can go back in this video, hopefully, and listen to the previous information about the rat curse. Because I'm about to try to hopefully play the whole segment, the ratatouille joke and what happens thereafter. And, oh yeah, the other thing I was gonna mention, I wrote this down, actually. I wrote this down. It's just somewhere else. I have a screenshot of it in here someplace. Right? Don't I? Hopefully I do. I think I do. Right. I guess this is for the closing questions segment here. Can you please talk slower and enunciate next time? More of a request, of course, than a question, but phrased as a question. Can you please talk slower and enunciate next time? Because truly, my struggle was far too real to simply understand what was being said. The culture clash, all those Britishisms I couldn't fucking wrap my head around. The accent, the heavy accent, the high speed of the talking mixed in with just like the lack of enunciation and proper pronunciation of words. It was like I couldn't understand how anyone could understand It seems like everyone around me was laughing at parts that I just didn't understand why they're laughing. Not necessarily because it was so unfunny, but because... What did he say? Was that the punchline? I was doing that the entire way through. What did he say? Why are they laughing? What happened? What did he just say? What is he talking about? Like, I literally couldn't understand so much of what was being said, which is obviously very problematic if you're trying to, you know, listen to stand-up comedy. Pronouncing everything properly should be a priority, I would imagine. And I was struggling so hard. I don't know, maybe it's my fault. It's just, I'm bad at listening. I'm a bad listener. Something to do with, like, some hearing problem I have. Some sort of... Because my brain is so fucked, I have, like, some sort of understanding and hearing problem. And if someone's talking real fast, like, I can't... My brain doesn't function well enough to process the information that quickly, basically. And the accent, the weird language, all of it put together, the confusion, not to mention the added noise of the laughter and the cheering and the applause, the relentless applause and cheering and laughter, all of it put together. Like, I was sitting in the front row and I was struggling so bad the whole way through. And even listening to it over and over again, I still don't understand a lot of what's being said. Like, I have so much trouble with it. And I'm just thinking, could you listen to this recording and understand it? Like, is it just me? Is it not hard to understand? It feels like it's really hard to understand. Maybe it's just me, but my brain really is fucked, so it's definitely at least partially just me. Like, I think I just have comprehension problems. So now we will actually finally play it. This is the rat curse. So first you hear the ratatouille joke in 2025, the denigration of the sacred rat. I was sitting in the front row. I saw the denigration of the sacred rat. I am cursed because I was born on Friday the 13th. Therefore, he fully invoked my rat curse with his rat joke. And then got all nervous after. And of course I definitely noticed. And I'm just... Obviously this is my interpretation of reality and I'm making up a story that I want to be real. It might be real, but I'm choosing to believe it because I want to. And you can just choose to believe things. People do it all the time. That's why there's religion. That's active to this day because people are just choosing to believe whatever they want. And I choose to believe that he was made nervous by the rat curse because he invoked the rat curse with his rat joke. Now I'll try to play it finally. Jesus Christ. Oh, wait. Shit, I was gonna say... Here's some of, like, the cheering, like, the tremendous amount of cheering and applause that he received throughout the show. Here's an example of the tremendous cheering and applause. There was a lot of applause. I thought, can we chill with all the applause? What are we doing? Can't we save this for the end? And then he got a big standing ovation, by the way, at the end, too. And it's like, girl, man, they just love him so much. And I could barely understand what he was saying. We should prioritize enunciation over cheering and applause, please. Please, I feel. It is more important. Can we... Like, the struggle is real for me. I'm sorry. Is it my fault? Is it my fault? I bet people are too afraid to say anything that sounds negative about him. Because, like, his audience is 100% positive vibes only. But, like, I don't give a fuck. Enunciate! Enunciate, even if it's just for slow-brained, sludge-filled goblins who are literally sitting in the front row and still don't understand what the fuck you're saying. Please, can I just request some enunciation? Please and thank you.
Every time I visit this country, there's a new load of stuff that happened in my absence and is continuing to unfold when I'm here. In a way that is just... But I don't even know, when I landed in this country, the first thing I saw was that Musk had posted... I was looking around the airport, like, no one's going to freak out for this. I don't know if I believe that they fall. I think they might fall now, but let's face it, they're going to be trouble again, and I do not think anything that must. That boils my blood as it does on me. He's not a politician. He's worked his way to the White House like a living rat. He's operating the president like a puppet.
Cheering and applause again. More cheering and applause. Rat, he says.
This little rat has got 100 Trump chefs now. And he's still in front of his blonde hair. He's making it move any way he wants. And some of you might be thinking, that's okay. That film's got a happy ending. Fucking does it? The rats are running the restaurant. Is that what you want? The simply eating rat food and you don't even know it? Never mind the fact that that head chef rat has built another little mini restaurant on the back for his rat mates to come and eat the same food we're paying millions for absolutely free. Remind you of anything? Shit it to him. I'll say it. I don't care. Shit it to him.
And this next part, there is the invocation of the rat curse. There's just the moment of tremendous nervousness all of a sudden, out of seemingly nowhere, unless you contemplate the power of the rat curse.
We have a left-wing Prime Minister for the Labour Party. You might not, you might not know, what he's up to, what he's been doing.
So that's like basically it. But I just think that really stands out because it's such an unusual break from the normal supreme bravado and confidence throughout. And the rapid fire lightning speed talking that it's just so hard to understand because you talk so fast, my God. And then he finally slows down too. He finally slows down for once as well. I think that's the end of it. Let me play it again. Oh wait, I don't know where it starts. Oops. Well, oh dear. This does not... Okay.
Back home, we have a left-wing Prime Minister for the Labour Party. You might not, over here, you might not know, what he's up to, what he's been doing. Just so you know, same.
Yeah, and then they're screaming again. Oh my God. They love him so much, dude. He could say anything. He could literally say he hates them all and wants them all dead, and they would cheer and applaud him for it. I can almost guarantee it. Because of previous experiences, hence my notes from the previous stream. That's a literal, thing that seems realistic to me. Anyway, yeah, it's a telltale sign of the rat curse at play. And it just brings me such satisfaction. I'm so glad I have that on record. That was definitely the best part of the show by far for me. I would say, absolutely. I would put that in first place, and it's not even close, dude. Not even close. Absolutely. Number one. I'm so glad that I'm cursed, and I can transfer my curse to other people. Because what are you doing telling a ratatouille joke in 2025 and saying rat, 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 rat like that? Like, girl, rats are not your enemy. That is so, like, closed-minded and ignorant. You know, get with the times, bro. Plus, that whole movie was humanizing rats, and you're out here, like, dehumanizing them all over again, just undoing all the work the movie did to humanize them. The whole point is, you can't escape them, bro. Like, in New York, where all the big restaurants are, there's going to be a rat in every single restaurant. There's no avoiding it. It's inevitable. They're here to stay, dude. It's their home, and they're not leaving. And you yelling about it isn't going to change anything. And the funny thing is, the show took place in New York, and then he went to a restaurant in New York and ate rat food. Isn't that funny? I didn't even think about that until just now. He went to a restaurant right after the show, right after I invoked the rat curse, or he invoked. I was the conductor, I suppose. Like, you know, like a conduction agent. Like, the curse came from me, but he's the one who invoked the rat curse. And then after he invoked the rat curse, he went to a restaurant in New York and ate rat food. Which is so funny. I never thought about it till now. That's a funny little detail, too. He ate rat food. That restaurant had rats in it. Because every restaurant in New York has rats in it. It's funny. That's funny. I can't put this phone back now. God damn it, bro. Oh, God. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. And my nose is still running. This is crazy. What a situation. Fucking Christ, dude. Anyway. Didn't get much done today in terms of show 2. This is a very paltry show 2, I suppose. Not much new material added here. Some new material. It's just like whatever. It's whatever. You know, I'm just working on it. It's fine. It's interesting. I just, I need to put it all together somehow, don't I? Not just have it like in absolute fragments splattered everywhere. Take better notes and shit, put it all together, and then read it out again as an actual finished work. But how funny. I didn't think about the whole rats in the restaurant. Like, he made a joke about having rats in the restaurant, and then he went to a restaurant with 100% guaranteed rats in it, and he ate the rat food because every restaurant in New York has rats in it. I wonder if he knows that. I wonder if he knows he ate rat food. You know, you go to a Michelin star restaurant and you're eating rat food. It's ratatouille IRL, like you're living it, baby. He was living it that day. Okay, there's sunlight. There's the cat again. The ginger cat is back. Oh, I have a new friend. I have a friend. See, the cats like me. That counts for something, right? The cats like me. I don't have any food or anything. They just like me. That's cool. People hate me. No one likes me as a person, but as cats, yes, indeed. Sometimes they do. Sometimes. Back again. Hate to see you go, but I love to watch you leave. Yes, yes, yes. Shake that ass. Shake that ass. Okay, I don't even know what the hell I'm recording now. Oh, quick, I shouldn't try to zoom in for no reason. It's so hard to zoom in and out on this thing. Well, I'm glad I got something done, I suppose. And now I have that rat restaurant New York idea. So funny. After invoking the rat curse, you went to eat the rat food. 7:30. It's probably time to get the fuck out of here at this point. Jesus Christ. I have been doing absolutely nothing for almost 2 hours straight. And now it's blindingly sunny outside. And I'm still here. I don't know how to live. I don't know how to live. But it's fine. It wasn't a bad time. I was just talking. There's nothing wrong with just talking. I wish it could be not sunny, but there's nothing I can do about the sun. So anyway, unfortunately, that's all I got done today. Is like barely anything, but it's something. And the cat part is good. That's a good part. Cat and a rat. I'm a rat too. Not just the rat in the joke or the rats in the restaurant. I'm also a rat. Digging around in the garbage, looking for treasure. Eating scraps. I saw, when I was in New York, I certainly saw rats scurrying around. It was very exciting. All those rats, they're so quick too. They're very fast rats. And they were scurrying, well, really just racing. They were racing around, zipping at top speed. Very fast rats. I was like, oh my God, I'm seeing them. I'm seeing the New York rats. This is so exciting. I felt like I was watching celebrities. I'm like, oh my God, these are the famous New York rats. Smaller than I expected. That's what they say about celebrities too. That's so funny. That's what they say about celebrities. People who, recently I was in a gossip subreddit, of course, as usual, as I am daily. And someone who said they work around celebrities said most celebrities are very small. And I was thinking, why? I don't know why. I don't think I could give any reasons as to why. Like, why are celebrities very small? Like, how could I explain that, What is the reason for that? Why are they very small? Like, how does that influence whether someone's going to become a celebrity? Like, why would you need to be very small to become a celebrity? It makes absolutely no sense. But I saw the New York rats, and they were smaller than I expected. And that's what people often say about celebrities. You'll notice they'll say, they were smaller, they were shorter than I expected. And that is how I felt seeing those New York rats. First of all, I saw them as celebrities because they're famous. They're the famous New York rats. And second of all, I was like, wow, they're smaller than I expected. I was literally treating them like celebrities in every way. Like, that's my celebrity in the celebrity I saw in New York was the New York rats. I saw the New York celebrity rats. And they were smaller than I expected. This is all true. Never thought about that until now either. That's interesting. That's an interesting story. So, I feel I am correct about the rat curse invocation. But even if I'm not, I would prefer to just believe it anyway. Because you can just believe things. You can choose your own version of some story. You can make shit up. It's fine. Use your imagination. We should all use our imagination more. Piece of shit ChatGPT user, but I still do have an imagination, and I do use it frequently to just have these strange thoughts. And I analyze things, and I make up my own perspective, my own version of events, my own version of the truth. And it doesn't have to be true. If it's interesting, I'll just choose to believe it. I can just choose to believe it. You can just make shit up. Did you know that you can just make shit up? Bert Kreischer knows you can just make shit up. Holy shit, bro. Does anything he's saying in his stand-up have any actual place in reality, or is it all complete and utter bullshit? That's what I want to know. Like, what is the percentage, what is the ratio of his stand-up of lies versus truth, you know? And that's a funny one. But yeah, you can just make shit up. Honestly, my life has improved since I realized this. Since I realized I don't have to be correct. What I believe doesn't have to be real or true. My interpretation of reality doesn't have to be correct. It's just my interpretation of reality. Therefore, it's appropriate for me. And nobody else has to go along with it. And it's actually so much more fun and interesting to live that way. And I'm so glad that I've realized this and I'm now choosing to live that way. So yeah, like, absolutely. He 100% invoked the rat curse. And that's like one of the few good things about being born on Friday the 13th and having a horrible, miserable existence as a result of the lifelong curse is other people can get a taste of your curse if they don't watch themselves. So in some situations it could be passed on. I feel in that moment it was passed on because I was sitting right in the front row, easy access for curse teleportation or curse transmittance, if you will, the transmittance of the curse. In that moment, it was easily and quickly transmitted. But like also there's like rat shit in so much food. It's really, it's something else, man. They're really everywhere. They are truly everywhere, bro. They're in pepper. Like peppercorn, apparently there's like a certain percentage of peppercorn that's actually just rat shit. So black pepper has rat shit in it. And we're all eating rat shit if we eat black pepper. That's just one of those little food industry secrets. It's not just in the New York restaurants. It's everywhere, and you can't escape it, no matter what you do. Insects of all kinds, shit, hair, everything. It's everything, man. All you can do in the end is come to terms with reality and move on. You have to just come to terms with the reality that our world isn't 100% clean, hygienic, and perfect, and never can be. It's impossible. And we have to just look at whether it really matters or not, and how much it matters, and do we really need to think about it too much or focus on it? Or can we just choose to think about something else, you know? That's really what it boils down to. You can just choose what to spend your time with and how to live your life, you know, what to focus on. Don't focus on the dead insect parts in your peanut butter, because I really don't want to. I eat a lot of peanut butter. I'm not interested in thinking about how much dead insect is in one jar of peanut butter, you know. It's not a pleasant thought for me. I just would like to move on, you know, if possible. I really don't know how else to live. What can I do, you know? Like, all these horrible facts of life, there's really nothing to be done about any of them, and I just have to choose to accept them because I really have no choice. That is the only sane response, is just acceptance at that point. Like, things can be dirty, things can be unhygienic. In all likelihood, they won't harm you, and that's what you should really focus on, is just, you probably won't come to any harm, and it's kind of just, it has to be okay in the end. But rats are chill, bro. Just, like, be friends with them, you know? Oops, it's still zoomed in. Oh. That's so trippy, dude. Man, look at those flowers, dude. Guess I'll be doing part 3 next time. There's, who the fuck even knows what's left to cover? There's a lot of rambling I'm sure I could come up with. Think about like a little rat. Think about a little rat. Count some rats. You know, like the New York little rats zipping at top speed around the city at 4 a.m. Count the little rats as you fall asleep tonight. In honor of me and the rat curse.